The most beneficial and important thing you could ever do in your whole entire life is to take good care of yourself, okay? It ain't just about loving yourself. It ain't just about, oh, I love myself. It's about taking care of yourself as well. Because a lot of people can love something and not care about it, right? A lot of people can love something and not show it the love and nurturing that it needs. I had this problem. I loved myself. I always loved myself. I just didn't take care of myself, right? You love yourself, you respect yourself, but you also need to take care of yourself. You need to pour into yourself. It is very important, especially for women, young ladies, like old ladies. I don't care. Women, it is important in a society where we are taught to care for everything but ourselves. So today we are going to be talking about how to pour into yourself, right? I'm going to give y'all 7 ways to take care of yourself and pour into yourself. So let's get into it. So before I start with the tips, I just want to say like you should be spending a significant amount of time pouring into yourself in every aspect of your life. So that means your body, your mind, your spiritual, your mental, right? Like all that stuff needs to be being poured into. You need to be making sure that you're taking care of those things on a daily basis. You deserve to be poured into. And if you do not pour into yourself, honey, you can't pour into nobody else in a real way. Okay, you cannot pour into nobody else. You cannot pour from an empty cup, right? So it's very important to be pouring into your own cup every single day, even if it's something small. I just want you to be pouring into yourself every single day. You need to be practicing that every day. I'm gonna do something that benefits my body, my mind, my spirit, my emotional health, all that, right? All my everything, all aspects of my life need to be poured into because I'm important enough and I love myself enough to prioritize myself in that way. But anyway, y'all, let's get into the tips. So the first tip is to speak life into yourself, right? A lot of us do not realize how bad we talk to ourselves. Like a lot of us don't realize how bad we dog ourselves out. Like we just be dogging ourselves like we just be dogging ourselves out. Like you have to get comfortable and get used to talking to yourself in a better way, right? Because we get in such a habit of just like it's ourselves, so it doesn't matter, right? We could talk to ourselves any kind of way. But what I want you to do is I want you to think about a little girl or a woman that you love so much and that you would never imagine hurting, right? Whenever you start talking to yourself, I want you to think of that person. I want you to say, would I ever say that to her? Would I ever say that to that little girl that I love? Would I ever say that to that woman that I love? And if the answer is no, that shit needs to be shut down right then. Because why in the world is it okay for you to have that care and consideration for somebody else and not for yourself? If you would not say it to your beautiful daughter, do not say it to your beautiful self. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna need you to start speaking life over yourself. When you hear yourself talking all that stuff, you have to shut yourself down sometimes. I got to the point where I was like, hold on, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Okay, because you're not talking to me. Like I had to get to that point where I was checking myself, like, you will not talk to me like that. So yes, speak light into yourself, speak life into yourself, speak love over yourself, and just start speaking to yourself in a caring and loving manner. You deserve to be talked to with some respect. So the next thing is going to be honoring your body, right? Like I feel like a lot of times just overall as women, we really, really struggle. And I mean, this could be for men and women, but I'm a woman, so I'm talking to the women. I'm talking to the girls, the girls. But like this can be for anybody to pour into themselves. But as far as women, I know what we go through, and so I'm speaking to us, right? But just as far as like being taught to like take care of everything else except for yourself, that is something that a lot of us get taught, right? I know for a fact I was taught that way. I was taught how to love and care for everything but myself. But you need to be honoring your body and respecting your body and caring for your body. That means like extra time in the shower for you to really get in the nitty gritty, get in between those toes, scrub those feet, whatever it means to you, right? do some exfoliation in the shower, little things like that. Making sure you're moving your body around every day, making sure that when you eat, most of the time that you're eating things that feed your body in a positive, healthy way, right? Things like making sure that you're resting and making sure that you're protecting yourself, protecting your body, and making sure that you're not just letting any man come and sleep with you or letting anybody inside of your body. That is not how you honor or respect your body. And from this day forward, that's what you need to start doing. Your body is your temple, and I want you to honor it, girl. You deserve to respect yourself, to honor yourself. And I don't care about the past is the past, okay? We talking about right now. We reinventing ourselves. We are reinventing ourselves right now today, and we are gonna start honoring our bodies, respecting our bodies, and making sure that we are well taken care of and protected. No, you cannot be inside my body. No, you cannot. No, you cannot do what you want to my body. No. No, I cannot lay around all day and not get my body moving. No. Right? So just really start caring about your body and nurturing your body. The third thing that you want to start doing is really like protecting your peace, right? And when I say protecting your peace, y'all, I'm not just talking about outside sources, because a lot of times we we do a lot of stuff to ourselves, right? We bring a lot of disruption to ourselves with our thoughts, the way we talk to ourselves, the way we speak to ourselves, the way that we sit there and overanalyze every single thing, and the way that we just be too worried about everything outside of us. Like, stop disturbing your peace and start protecting it even from yourself. Set those boundaries that you need to set, but also start setting boundaries with yourself. We are more destructive to ourselves than anybody outside of us can ever be, right? We need to be building a relationship with ourselves to the point where it's not just like, oh, I'm protecting my peace from everybody else. No, it's not just about everybody else. You got some issues too, and you need to be protecting yourself because you are your biggest issue. Not gonna lie. Those people outside of you are not the biggest thing against you. You are your biggest enemy, right? And I'm saying that in a way like your toxic ways, your toxicity is your biggest enemy. And it's okay to protect yourself from the toxic things that you have learned. It's okay to unlearn those and be able to say, you know what? I'm not just protecting my peace from the outside sources. I'm also protecting my peace from the way that I treat and talk to myself. So anything that makes you feel disturbed, any person that makes you feel disturbed, it's okay to cut that off, and it's also okay to acknowledge that that's something that you also have going on inside of you, right? Like, I'm disturbing myself, I'm disturbing my own peace. The next thing is I want you to really start taking your healing serious, right? So that means that you need to be like learning new things, unlearning the old things. That means reading books, listening to motivational speakers, just getting new knowledge so that you can replace those old negative things that you used to know with new knowledge. Get you a skill, get you a hobby. That's a part of pouring into yourself. That's a part of self-care. Things that make you happy. Follow your bliss, right? Anything that you feel like, oh, that would be fun to do, go and do it. You deserve that, right? A big part of your healing journey is making sure that you are spiritually plugged in every single day. I want you to really focus on a spiritual routine, whether it be prayer, whether it be silence, solitude, meditation, whatever it is. You really need to be plugging that into your daily life, because your spiritual connection is very important, if not the most important thing when it comes to your healing. The next thing I want you to do is romanticize your life. Like, stop sitting there being such a lump on the log. Like, stop sitting around just being like, everything's just eh. No, like, when you read you a book, make it better by sitting there making you a cup of coffee, or making you a tea, or, a peppermint tea, or something like that. Like, go sit in your favorite chair, or like, you have to do things to spice up your life, just like you do stuff to spice up your relationship with a man. Spice up your relationship with yourself. Little things can be made into something that makes you feel good, right? Even things that you don't like to do. If you go and brush your teeth, right? If you don't really like brushing your teeth, if it's one of those little tedious things that you just like, like, if that, and I know that it's like a small thing, but some people do struggle with that. If that's something that you struggle with, try playing your favorite music while you brush your teeth. I guarantee you that is going to make you more willing and more like excited about brushing your teeth, right? It's simple stuff that you can do to really romanticize and make your life worth living. I mean, your life is worth living though. Don't take that the wrong way. Your life is already worth living, but you get what I'm saying. Like for you, like it makes your life more interesting. It makes you feel better about the things that you do on a daily basis. Basically, what I'm saying is little things that make you feel good should be incorporated into your everyday life. Little things that make you happy, like candles, little scents, things like that that make you happy, incorporate that into your life every day. Like make that a point. I was talking a little bit earlier about like spiritual connection and stuff like that. That is a big thing. That should be a big part of your life because without something bigger and greater than yourself to be rooted in, you don't really truly 100% understand who you are, right? So you have to have a connection with God so that you can feel like when you're not able to do it, you got something bigger than yourself inside of you that is going to take those steps, those next steps for you, right? I hope that makes sense. Really having a ritual and a routine every day, something spiritual, meditation, journaling, prayer, just making sure that you get some time in the day to connect with God, which is essentially connecting with yourself, right? Healing the past wounds, right? So a lot of times we carry around stuff that we've not forgiven ourselves for. And I really want you to focus on forgiving, right? Forgiveness is a big part of healing. And not only do I want you to forgive others, but I want you to forgive yourself. And I want you to realize that the reason you should forgive is because, first of all, it's not only keeping you stagnant, but those things that you did in the past and those things that those people did to you in the past, they were only surviving, right? They were only trying to survive. And as hard as it may be to accept that, that is a good way to be able to move forward with forgiveness. Because guess what? When I made those mistakes, I wanted to be forgiven. So when you make those mistakes, I'm going to forgive you, right? And I'm going to move forward with my life because guess what? The past is the past and it is not really, essentially, it's not a real thing. It is, but it's not, right? It's not there anymore, right? We can't do nothing about the past. But the future, I can forgive and I can move on and I can create the life that I'm dreaming of. Forgive yourself for all those old actions and forgive others for the old actions that they committed against you. You deserve to move forward without all of that baggage. So that was 7 ways to pour into yourself. Just to wrap this video up, I just wanted to reiterate that loving and caring and pouring into yourself is the most important thing that you can do in this life. And the reason being is because you cannot do anything else until you work on what's within, right? You cannot pour onto anything else or into anything else unless your cup is filled, right? So you need to spend a significant amount of time pouring into yourself, realizing that you deserve it, speaking to yourself in a loving manner, and really just getting grounded within who you are and loving and accepting that person on a very deep level. Pour into your cup so that it overflows onto others instead of trying to pour from an empty cup and being resentful because I'm pouring all this into you, but I don't have anything for myself. So, for homework, I want you to write down 3 things that you can start doing right now today to pour into yourself. You can take 3 things from this video, or you can just write down 3 things that are personalized to you that will help you to start pouring into yourself right now today. You deserve it. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely be seeing you in my next video. Bye.